Hey y'all, how's it going? I am Joy, that is Steve, and we are back with our NFL predictions versus this is week 10 already.
Yeah, already halfway through the season there, and we're coming down to the second half.
Freaking insane.
Yeah.
But speaking of insane, we do have a little bit of a recap for week 9 to go through. Some shocks, some upsets, some really good games. So if you guys just want to skip ahead to when we start week 10, go ahead and follow the timestamp that is on the screen now, and we can get you all set up with that.
Okay.
But first things first, we have a standings shakeup. We have John in first still, per the usual at this point, with 95.41. I am in second with 89.47. Mr. Agron has leapfrogged Steve again, so y'all are just playing back and forth for third with 87.49. Steve has 84.52. Troll moved up and is 83.53. And
he's
then,
on our tail.
yeah, he is. And then the most surprising one of all for me, Buff is next with 79.57, and SDS has 77.59. So those two key splits that he had last week were very, very crucial to the standings. And then Dino, of course, got his pick right, and he is now 8-2. Good job, buddy.
Yeah. Way you go, Dino.
Yeah, that was a really good beatdown of a game. What would be your game of the week, though?
Yeah, mine no doubter is the Houston Texans comeback win against the Bucks there.
Oh, that was going to be mine,
CJ
too.
Strouder.
Oh my god, yeah, that was good for you, CJ Stroud. And I would like to add that with that win that Houston had, it is now mathematically impossible for the Bucks to take first place in the division this week.
True.
So that was definitely crucial for them. So let's see then. Since you went with that one, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say the Vikings, pulling off that amazing play with Josh Dobbs out of nowhere. Like, who would have ever expected the Dominator to do what he did without even knowing like his receivers' names, right? So,
True.
And unfortunately, they did beat Atlanta, but it's Atlanta, and I kind of expected the choke. I just held out hope. But that was a really good game. I watched both the Houston and Tampa game and the Minnesota-Atlanta game. Since the Lions were on bye, I didn't really have anything else to do. And those were just really, really good games. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But for things we didn't quite enjoy as much, what was your regret of the week?
Yeah. Mine would be the Chiefs, not picking the Chiefs there to beat the Dolphins over in Germany.
Yeah, the revenge arc is real.
Yeah. Obviously, they won without Taylor Swift being there.
Thankfully, now we can finally put that baby to bed, right? Like, she's not the reason they win. Let's just forget about that for a little while. For me, my regret, I'm not entirely sure, but unfortunately I think it's going to be not going with the Packers.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really do my research ahead of time, and I didn't know that Matt Stafford wasn't going to play. Had I known that, I would have probably gone Green Bay.
Yeah.
Begrudgingly.
It's so bad for the Rams now. They just signed Carson Wentz there.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's an interesting signing, but I get it, and you know what? I'm here for it. They need all the help they can get. So we'll see. And I think they are on a bye this week, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that gives them plenty of time to get Wentz acclimated to the system and comfortable.
Won't be like the Vikings there with their quarterback there.
Exactly. Although it worked out pretty well for them, but then again, Dobbs is different than Wentz. Dobbs is just on a different level.
True.
So let's see. We did the game of the week and the regret of the week. What would be the shocker?
Yeah. Mine would be the Washington Commanders beating the Patriots there. Oof.
Yeah, at home.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm surprised that they played as well as they did right after trading their two defensive studs.
true.
That's kind of what gets me.
Yeah,
Let me see. I think my shock is going to be how absolutely dominant the Raiders were.
yeah.
Like, I
Well,
went with them to win, but I didn't expect them to
true.
win 30-6.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they
Uh,
destroyed the
yeah,
Giants.
true. True. There. All the credit should go to Antonio Pierce, their coach.
Yeah. And hopefully he gets a look in the off season to be the permanent coach there if he
Hmm.
continues to win and motivate the team like he did last week. He
Hmm.
deserves at least a shot to see what he's got.
Exactly.
But now it is time to see what we got for week 10. You have the teams that are on the bye.
We have 4 teams on the bye. The first two are the teams that competed in Germany last week, the Chiefs and the Dolphins there,
That makes
obviously.
sense. Yep.
And the other two are the Rams, as we discussed, Carson Wentz signed there. And of course, the Philadelphia Eagles there, who need a rest after most of their players are banged up after their win against the Cowboys.
You know what? That was honestly a really good game as well, and I should have gone with that instead of my Falcons pick because
Mm-hmm.
that final drive
Mm-hmm.
was absolutely thrilling.
Mm-hmm.
In a way that like car accidents kind of are.
Yeah.
If you're a Cowboys fan, it was just like watching the collapse and
Mm-hmm.
the miscues and the mishandling of time.
Exactly.
It was really disappointing, but it was also really fun to kind of see
Yeah.
it all play out as just a regular football fan. I was in call with the guys during that game because it was Papa Agron's birthday on that day, and so
Okay.
we all kind of hung out and watched the games a little bit, and it was a really fun time. So unfortunately, they couldn't get the win for him, but it was a fun time to be had anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if you are ready, we
Ready
have
to
a
go.
scary slate of games in week 10 to get through.
True.
Starting off with everybody's favorite game, we have the Panthers and the Bears. This is going to be game of the week. I'm sure of it. It's so good. It's so great. I can't believe
Yeah.
that the NFL has blessed us with this gift.
Yeah. We must want to showcase all 32 teams in on the Amazon Prime Game of the Week there.
Yeah, I mean, it is only fair. I get it. But also,
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe you've done this. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be fun.
Turn your sets off now.
Yeah, I'm sure there's other things you can be doing on a Thursday night, right?
True. Yeah. Yeah. But matter who wins the game, the big winner is going to be the Bears because they would have the number one pick, either theirs or the Panthers there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something that John was talking about too.
Mm-hmm.
When we were discussing like the weeks ahead, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of bad, but we kind of want the Bears to win
Mm-hmm.
so that they can get a worse draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, but it's the Bears. So
Yeah.
like I don't want
Yeah.
them to win.
Yeah. But if they get the number one pick, don't be surprised they go after Marvin Harrison Jr. If that's the case.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He'd be good for their receiving core.
Oh, that is very true. Yeah, because I mean you can't rely on DJ Moore for everything.
True.
That's
But
true.
yeah. But I'm going with the assessment there. No matter who wins, there the big winner is going to be the Bears. So I'm picking the Bears to beat the Panthers.
That's acceptable. In this case, unfortunately, the spite is right for me, and I'm going with the Panthers in a total
Ooh,
100% spite pick because I
okay.
I think that the Bears are the better team defensively and with the rushing game. I was watching a thing from Tom Grossi, I think his channel is. He
Mm-hmm.
does a lot of like reviews and NFL teams reacting to things, and he did a breakdown of like the worst teams in the NFL by averages and stats and stuff like that, and the Bears are actually number 6 of the worst. So they're not like the worst of the worst, no matter how badly I hate them, because their rush game is very good. So hopefully it won't be in this week, but I think it'll be interesting to see what happens.
True. So we have our first split right off the bat.
Yep, 1 game up, 1 split up.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, this is going to be a trend, isn't it?
True.
I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Alright, next up we say Guten Tag to the Colts and the Patriots when they head on over to Germany.
True. That's the final game in their European series there. The NFL.
Okay, good.
So unless I don't see Mexico hosting an international game, so that's probably the last one of the regular season.
Alright, I mean, that makes sense. I kind of wish that they would have gone out last week where you had like an actual, good matchup, unfortunately, because right now we just kind of have a backup QB and Mac Jones.
True.
It's like, this isn't exactly a high-powered matchup.
Yeah.
But
True. Yeah. At least the Colts still have Jonathan Taylor at running back there. So.
yeah, and Zach Moss. So they have a really good 2-back set there.
Mm-hmm. True.
Unless he's hurt and I didn't know about it.
Yeah. As long as Gardner Minshew plays at his level best there, I think they'll hold up okay there. So my pick is the Colts to beat the Patriots.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. I think that all the Colts have to do is keep it on the ground, and they'll come away with the win on this one. Although, again, I really wanted to go for the Patriots on an upset, but I've tried that 2 weeks in a row, and it kind of backfired. So,
True.
ain't gonna fool me again. I'm taking the Colts.
Yeah.
Alright, and then next up we head to the AFC, back stateside, with the Texans and the Bengals, in a very surprising matchup, I think. I think this has potential to be intriguing.
True. As we discussed, C.J. Stroud, he should be Rookie of the Year, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, for me, 1 game doesn't really make you that big of a star for it.
True.
But if he can continue that kind of momentum that he had from last week, that would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And obviously, Bengals are a way too powerful team, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, unfortunately, you're not facing the Bucks again.
True.
Right? So you're going to be facing a team that's, I'm sorry, but competent offensively.
True.
Joe Burrow is leaps and bounds better than Baker Mayfield right now. The receiving core is better. The run game is better. Pretty much everything about Cincinnati is better.
True.
So
that's obviously a no-brainer.
Yeah, I think so too. Now, I think there could be an upset potential because any given Sunday, but the Bengals are a scary team.
True. So we're both going to take the Bengals to win.
We are, yeah. Now, I want Houston to win just because it would be funny. But I'm going with Cincinnati because it's smart.
True.
All right, this game I think is going to be a split. If not between us, then between us and others, for sure.
True.
We have the Saints and the Vikings.
Yeah.
We have Troll versus Buff.
True. Can't wait to see what their pick's going to be head-to-head.
Honestly, what's going to be really funny is if they both pick each other's teams.
True.
That's going to be hilarious.
True. And I don't see lightning striking twice for the Vikings there, unfortunately, because they're taking on a powerful Saints team with Derek Carr and Taysom Hill and Alvin Kamara there.
Yeah, I think for me, this game is going to be better defensively because the Saints' defense, I think, is better than Atlanta's. And
True.
So Minnesota is going to have a harder time against New Orleans.
True. It's not the Falcons this time.
Exactly.
So I'm going to take the Saints to beat the Vikings.
Okay, so I agree with you,
Mm-hmm.
but I think this is honestly going to be a Steve special.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got a 3 pointer less on our hands.
Okay.
So we will see. But I'm also going with Who Dat Nation and taking
Yeah.
the Saints.
Sure.
All right, what's next here? We have the Packers and the Steelers.
True. Obviously, the Packers got lucky there. They only beat the Rams there with a backup quarterback there,
Yeah, they well, what's his name? Brett.
Brett Rippon.
Yeah, Rippin or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they beat him. They didn't beat Stafford, and their defense did allow a field goal against
True.
that backup QB, which is less than ideal, but also
Mm-hmm.
they did manage to score 20 on a fairly decent Rams defense.
Yeah.
So I'm
It's
not
gonna be
entirely sure.
yeah. It's gonna be tougher this week there against the Steelers there because Kenny Pickett's gonna come out guns a blazing.
I honestly hope that he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have a gunslinger mentality and he actually has some poise in the pocket and hits his receivers because he's been continuously overthrowing them. He hasn't been playing that great. Unfortunately, that defense has been what's been saving that team. And I think that's going to be more of the same this week.
True. Because the only thing Jordan Love's going to see this week is T.J. Watt coming at him.
Lucky guy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
So,
so I think we're both in agreement here and we're taking the Steelers.
yep, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be closer than I want it to be, but yeah, I'm going with Steel City here.
Yep.
All right. Another split potential where we have the aforementioned Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting Mayo Man and the Titans.
Ooh, yeah,
This is going to be such a good game, though. I
yeah,
really feel like it. I feel like this is going to be like Falcons and Minnesota was last week.
true. Obviously, the Bucks are thinking they're out there coming off a good start there. I don't know what's wrong with them.
I have, I mean, I have some guesses.
Mm-hmm.
The first of them being Todd Bowles,
Mm-hmm.
and the second one being no Tom Brady,
True.
and then the third one being lack of a run game.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot at work with Tampa's downfall. I think they've lost what 3 in a row.
True.
Yeah, so it's not great.
No.
That's
But for
that's
me,
that's
they're
fresh from the bye too.
yeah. But for me, they probably won't be able to stop King Derek there.
All hail King Henry.
Yeah, yeah. So my pick's the Titans to beat the Bucks.
Yeah, you know what? I actually agree with you on that one. I was very, very tempted to go with the Bucks because I honestly don't see them going 0-4 coming off the bye. But at the same time, I think that Tennessee's offense is kind of high powered right now. At least it has the potential to be with Hopkins, and then of course we have King Henry, and then Levis.
Mm-hmm.
Lord knows what he's going to do. Are we going to
True.
have the rookie mistake from last week where he threw a late pick on a game-winning drive, or are we going to get the lights out Will Levis that we got in week 8?
True.
So I think that's going to be what determines this game. I don't really think either team has that great of a defense, so it's going to be really interesting to see how they perform.
Yeah.
But offensively, I'm going Titans all the way.
Okay.
All right, next up we have the Battle of the Bye teams with the Jaguars hosting San Francisco.
This is obviously going to be my game of the week there
Oh,
because
yeah.
the Niners there need a bounce back game, and obviously having Chase Young in their defense is going to be a real improvement there.
Yeah, and getting him on the week that they were on the bye so he has time to get used to everybody and learn the scheme and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Brilliant trade deadline.
Yeah. Hats off to the Niners for that one. They did it again for the second year in a row.
Yeah, now hopefully that means that they actually did fleece Washington off of him, and that he's not going to be some kind of like trade bust kind of deal.
True.
But honestly, pairing him with Boza,
Hmm.
ugh, chills.
Yeah. True. Yeah. And obviously, the Jags there with Trevor Lawrence there, they could be a little bit scary there.
They can be. I think that this is going to be a good test for Jacksonville because they're facing a defense that's very strong, and
Hmm.
hopefully an offense that's going to be just as strong.
True.
Brock Purdy had the week to recover from his concussion protocol fully,
True.
and hopefully their offensive weapons are back in play and everything can go smooth.
Yeah. True. But for me, this is going to be a 3 point or less game for me,
Yep.
and I'm going to go Niners to beat the Jags.
All right, not where I was expecting, but I'm happy because I agree with you.
Okay.
I fully expected this to be a split, so I'm a little bit more reassured in my pick now. I think that they need to bounce back very, very bad because they were the team to beat for weeks, like
Exactly.
almost the whole season, and then Cleveland happened.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a scary time to be a Niners fan, but I think they'll bounce back here.
Hmm. Exactly.
All right, but now speaking of the Browns, we have their game up next where they travel to AFC North Division rival Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah. Obviously, the Browns coming off a huge shutout win against it was only the Arizona Cardinals, though.
Yeah, they beat what Clayton Tune at QB.
Yeah.
So like I'm not gonna really say it was a
Yeah.
great win. I mean, a
True.
win's a win, of course, but like
True.
it was Clayton Tune.
True. But this week they're going to take on a Ravens team that slaughtered the Seahawks last week. There.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was what back-to-back weeks that the Ravens destroyed a team.
True.
So can we make it 3 for 3?
Uh, I'd say the Ravens gonna keep the momentum up and beat the Browns. There, my pick.
I agree. Begrudgingly, I think that the Ravens are the best team in the league right now.
Hmm.
They're very well rounded, and their defense is great.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I think they're very, very scary team to beat
Exactly.
right now. So,
True.
we'll see. All right, next up we have a Battle of the Birds. Now, unfortunately, before we get into this matchup between Steve and I,
Hmm.
it is dark outside, and so Dino is in bed, meaning
Hmm.
I didn't get time to get his pick in this week, but I will have it as a short either tomorrow or before Sunday's games officially kick off.
Yeah.
So he and the rest of us will be deciding between the Falcons and the Cardinals in
Yeah.
Arizona.
Obviously, landed there. I don't know what's wrong with them there. They lost the game to a backup quarterback there.
Not even a backup quarterback at that point. He was the third string that came in. Like we gotta go. I seen a thing on
Hmm.
online that he was teaching his offensive line his mannerisms
True.
and like how he does his snap counts and stuff on the
True.
sidelines
True.
while they were ready to play.
True.
It was insane to watch, and I tip my hat to the Vikings for pulling that one off. It was fantastic.
True. And I don't know what happened to Taylor Heineke that game there.
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
I will say that like he put up 28, right? So he still got them where they needed to be, and the defense
True.
just let them down
True.
by letting Dobbs, take control of the game.
True. And obviously for Arizona this week, they're going to start Kyler Murray for the first time this season.
Right, right. I did hear about that. So this game does scare me a little bit.
True.
Because I do think that there could be some kind of like return arc, and
Hmm.
Atlanta is gonna give it up to him.
Hmm.
So it's definitely scary.
True. But this one's going to be my upset pick. I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals to upset the Falcons.
Well, shoot. I can see that. I I'm trusting in Heineke, and I'm taking Atlanta.
Okay.
But I can definitely see an upset because of Murray being back.
True. So we have our second split of the week.
We do. Hopefully it stays even.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. We got a lot of game left. So let's see how the rest of it goes.
Mm-hmm.
When we have the Chargers hosting the fresh off the bye Detroit Lions.
Yeah. Obviously, Detroit there is gunning for the first place in the NFC North there.
Yeah, they have it, and they're hoping to have a firm hold on it after this week. Because
True.
Minnesota's still kind of scary, to be fair.
But,
As a Lions fan, they still scare me.
yeah, but this time they're taking on a Charger team that shocked me there by beating the Jets there.
Yeah, they absolutely came out on all cylinders and destroyed the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively and offensively.
True.
So this is going to be a very tough game for Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit is coming into this game at full strength on both sides of the ball.
True.
They got all their players back.
True.
Amon-Ra's not having the flu anymore, so we should be good.
True.
But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be very, very tough.
True. But for me, I'm so sorry, Joey. I'm gonna this week ride the Charger bandwagon and they'll make it 2 in a row against the Lions.
I knew we were gonna have another split because I'm trusting Detroit off the bye.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I typically go with teams off the bye unless they're garbage, and I'm choosing to believe. There's a clear game plan against the Chargers, and hopefully they're smart enough to implement that. And having all of their pieces back is going to be helpful.
True.
And I'm looking forward to seeing Donovan Peoples-Jones that Detroit got off of trade. I want to see how he fits in with the scheme and what kind of plays that can open up. So unfortunately, we have a third split already.
Mm-hmm.
But this one surely won't be. We have an NFC East battle with the Giants and the Cowboys.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer there. Obviously, Daniel Jones is injured and probably done for the season, so obviously this is going to be a Cowboys rout.
Yeah, I took the Giants off pretty much as soon as I put them up. There's no way. An upset would be absolutely hilarious, not gonna lie.
True.
I would love it. Because I think their quarterback now is DeVito. Tommy DeVito or something, and I would just love...
As long as it's not Danny DeVito.
Yeah, exactly. I would absolutely love for a DeVito to get a win. I would love it, but no. I think the Cowboys need to bounce back after that horrendous ending to the Philly game. And what better way than beating another division rival, right? So, yeah, we're going to go with Dallas on this one.
Obviously.
Especially because they're at home now. Yeah. Like, they need it.
True.
So next up, another team that needs a really good home win is Seattle, and they will be hosting Washington this week.
Yeah. Obviously, as we discussed earlier, Washington coming off that shocking win over the Patriots there. I don't know what happened to the Patriots there, taking on a less than stellar Commanders team there.
I'm not entirely sure. You know, I think the Patriots stunned a lot of people when they beat Buffalo, and then just haven't done anything since. Like anything of note. So the Patriots are just... They're honestly spiraling, and at this point, they're going to be last in the division.
Yeah, true.
Behind the Jets of all teams. A mostly Zach Wilson-led Jets, by the way.
True.
It's absolutely stunning. But in Washington's case, they do have a fairly decent offense still. I mean, Sam Howell is balling out almost every week. So he's not exactly bad.
True. Yeah, and obviously Seattle needs a bounce-back game out there losing big to the Ravens there.
Exactly. Yeah, they really do.
So my pick is obviously the Seahawks to beat the Commanders.
Yeah, I love a good rebound, you know? And I think that Seattle's going to definitely get one here, much like Dallas did. So I'm in agreement. I do think that it can be close.
True.
But I'm trusting Seattle and their run game.
True.
Okay, next up, we have what could be a sleeper game of the week, in my opinion.
True.
Just because I like a good defense. We have the Jets and the Raiders.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to the Jets there, as we discussed there.
I don't know. They just were met with a bazooka in the
True.
Chargers. They had no answer,
True.
which for a
Yeah.
defense
Yeah.
that's supposed to be heavily,
True.
touted as great,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
The only prayer for the Jets there is that hopefully Aaron Rodgers comes back late in the season there to turn them around there.
He was talking on the sideline that it was going to be in a couple of weeks or in a few weeks, and I'm like, dude, no, you tore your Achilles. Stop it.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously the Raiders there, Antonio Pierce there, my hats to him there, taking over a team in shambles there and getting their first win against the other New York team.
Yeah, this is going to be a game of attitude, I think, because the Jets are already fairly chippy. Their defense is solid. Zach Wilson always have something to prove. And then we have the Raiders, who's just full of attitude and spunk now that they let go of the problem.
Sure.
So it's going to be a good game, a good fun game to watch, I think, and I hope anyway, for Sunday night. So
Yeah.
what say you?
I'm going to say Antonio Pierce makes it 2 in a row there and take the Raiders to beat the Jets.
I tend to agree. I think it'll be close. But I am in agreement with you on that one. I think that the Raiders got this as long as they, stay true to what they are from last week and they stick to the program
True.
and know your identity. That was the problem, is they didn't really have much of an identity. And now hopefully they do.
Yeah.
All right, so one game left, and this one I don't even know. Like, I want to say it could be an upset potential, but at the same time, who knows?
Yeah.
We have the Bills and the Broncos
Yeah.
in
Obviously,
Buffalo.
the Broncos there coming off the bye there, and then a couple weeks ago they shockingly beat the Chiefs there.
Yeah, they've finally ended that drought. It was like, what, 15 straight losses to Kansas City or something?
True.
And then because Mahomes had the flu, allegedly,
Mm-hmm.
they ended up shocking the world.
True. Yeah, but this is going to be a different animal they're taking on there because the Bills need a bounce back game there right after their loss there.
That's true, they do. Yep. This is just the week of rebounds.
True. So my pick's obviously the Bills at home to beat the Broncos.
I 100% agree, but how fun would it be if they lost?
True.
Like, let's just think about it for a second. The Bills losing again
Yeah.
to a team they probably shouldn't lose to.
True.
It's going to make a lot of people talk.
Yeah. Make a lot of pundits heads spin.
Yeah, honestly. It'll be really fun, though, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so there we have that.
Obviously, we go on to our friends' picks.
Yep, we do. I still have not heard from one of them, so I will pop it up on screen in editing if I do, and if not, again, they can let me know what their picks are down in the comments.
Okay.
Just like last time, so that'd be nice. All right, so per the usual, we are starting off with Troll, and his reasons are always fun. So he took the Panthers, saying, "So you want to be a player." And then he took the Colts, saying, "But your wheels ain't flat." The Ravens, "You gotta hit us, son." Steelers, "To get a pimped out ride." He took the Jags, saying, "You gotta pimp my ride." And then he took the Vikings.
Damn right.
And then he took the Texans. I'm just going to do it this way. He took the Texans. He took the Titans, with a side note of Lamau. He took the Chargers, the Cardinals, the Giants, the Commanders, the Raiders, and an upset pick for the Broncos that I typoed because I'm bad. All of them being reasons of, "You gotta pimp my ride." So, I appreciate that. A lot, actually. I want to watch some old clips of that show now.
Yeah.
That's
Look
fun.
them up on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm going to. Go find some old exhibit hits and
Yeah.
get my groove on while I edit. That'd be fun.
Sure.
All right. So next up we have Papa Agron's picks for Week 10. Bears over the Panthers, the game no one's going to watch. Colts over Patriots, I figure it'll be close, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens over the Browns, what the Ravens got going is slowly coming together. Steelers over the Packers because F them. 49ers over the Jags, they gotta bounce back at some point.
Sure.
Saints over the Vikings, hard to say how this one will go.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals over the Texans, should be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Titans over the Bucks, he flipped a coin. Kind of the same thing that I did.
Mm-hmm.
Lions over the Chargers have been looking good, but Goff throw ball. Falcons over the Cardinals, I have not been a fan of any Cardinals since 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys over the Giants could easily be a week where we get exposed.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks over the Commanders because he just wants them to lose. Jets over the Raiders. A lot better defense than the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very true.
Sure.
But they also couldn't stop the Chargers, so
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I hope you're right. And then Bills over the Broncos. I don't see 70 points, but we should clear 40, right?
Yeah. Maybe.
All right. Now we have SDS.
Okay.
Saying the Panthers. This is the game to watch. Patriots. Brady was better here than in Tampa. He took the Texans, saying that T. Higgins can't hurt Stroud. Saints and Vikings. He's calling for a tie. I love both teams too much to choose. Now,
Okay.
I have a point on that I noticed while I was making my own picks. Since the year 2018, when I first started keeping track of them in my book, we have had 5 ties. 2 of them in 2018, and 1 tie per year every year after that.
Yeah.
We're due. We're due for
Okay.
a tie. So I like the pick. I think it's funny. And if it works out, you're a genius.
Mm-hmm.
He took the Steelers. I'm the best Packer around.
Mm-hmm.
He took the Titans, saying the Bucks are mid and they definitely don't have the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
He took the Jags because the Niners ain't built different.
Mm-hmm.
He took the Browns, just asking what can Brown do for you. He took the Cardinals in an upset, saying that Dobbs was holding them back.
Mm-hmm.
He took the Chargers. Simp mode deactivated. The Lions don't stand a chance.
Mm-hmm.
He took the Cowboys because they're Oklahoma's team.
Mm-hmm.
He took the Commanders because we all know I'm terrible at nicknames.
Uh-oh.
He took the Raiders, just saying to get on with it. So I guess this game isn't really going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went with the Broncos as an upset. Surely we won't get 70 dropped on us again.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it could be possible.
Okay.
And then we have John, who is hitting us with his stats again. He went with the Bears, saying that it's weird to cheer for a Bears win, but it's actually worse for them to win. Carolina is still gonna still be trying through the season because they don't have a round 1 to look forward to, and if the Bears lose, they can control their pick destiny better.
Mm-hmm.
He took the Colts, saying that the Pats are bad until further notice.
Mm-hmm.
He took the Bengals, but he really wanted to go for a Texans upset.
Mm.
He took the Saints, saying it's about to be an insanely fun game.
Mm-hmm.
He went with the Steelers. He also took the Titans, saying sorry to SDS, but the 5v2 loss that he had broke him. He took the 49ers over Jacksonville, saying that San Fran is going to need to kick it into high gear, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens, because his dark horse pick is looking like what he should have picked. He's taken the Falcons, asking Taylor to be a good man and to please give him a W. He went with the Lions for bye-week magic. He went with the Cowboys, 100% gonna bounce back. He went with the Seahawks, saying that he's hoping they can run on the team and take pressure off of Geno Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Went with the Jets, saying there's no reason to panic. And he took the Bills, saying that he could be wrong.
Okay.
And then Buff is either going to comment them in the comment section below the video, or he will be sending me them when I'm done recording, and I will pop them up on screen now-ish. So look forward to Buff's picks, as well as Dino's bird pick of the week coming up very shortly. I will get on recording that tomorrow, along with all the other stuff that I got to work on. So we'll see how week 10 goes for everybody. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think the slate of games is kind of scary from a standings perspective.
Sure.
How many splits did we have again? Did we have 3?
3.
Oh god, I was really hoping for an even number. Having odd numbered splits is so scary.
Sure.
Oh, because that means something's going to change, one way or the other.
Sure.
Somebody's gaining a point.
Obviously, it's going to be a bounce back week for most of us after last week's hard week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, week 9 was fairly decent. You went 8-6, I went 10-4, but week 8, week 7 was not fun. Week 7 especially was just not fun.
Exactly.
But I'm very happy to be back to doing this again. Hopefully the computer cooperates with me in the future as well, so we can continue to have our weekly series being the way that it is.
Sure.
But I do want to again thank John for helping me out and joining Steve and I on a couple of different weeks, and also for some others that I talked to for possibly stepping in and handling things in my absence. So the fact that y'all are willing to and able to, I definitely appreciate you, and I will let you guys know if I need you. I might have to call an audible at some point, so just be aware of that as a listener and viewer of the series. So yeah.
Obviously, to all of you watching this, hit the like and subscribe and turn on notification bell for all future versus videos that we do on here.
Yep, exactly. Again, every Thursday at noon Eastern, unless something goes horribly wrong, and then it's a little bit later. But yeah, it's a good weekly series. I'm having a lot of fun with it, like I always have been. I'm looking forward to what season 5 is going to look like. I think it's going to be really fun, and especially seeing who's going to win this one, because our reigning champion is still in last place right now, so we are probably going to get a new champion this year, and I don't know who it's going to be. Our standings are very close, so it's anybody's game.
True.
So thanks again, and I will catch you guys next week for week 11 of our NFL predictions versus.
Thank you all. See you next week.